Fortnite. The game, wait, wrong game. Right, hold on. Go back to Fortnite. Fortnite. The game formerly known as PUBG, formerly known as H1Z1, formerly known as Minecraft Hunger Games. We've all heard of it. And it's taking the world by storm. Literally. In the Battle Royale game mode, you land on an island that is surrounded by a storm. The storm eventually converges onto a focal point on the map, and anyone caught in it will be hurt severely. We know that in the Save the World game mode, the storm wiped out 98% of the Earth's population, and it caused the emergence of disease zombies. Like the proverbial Cotton Eye Joe, we don't necessarily know where it came from, or when and where it will go. But I'm going to present my educated hypothesis. Whether you're the deadliest John Wick or the wimpiest Snowskin, the ubiquity of the storm is the great equalizer. What causes it? That is uncertain. But by trying a parallel to real life, some factors pop out. First, the storm seems to shock players who are in it. This is the first clue into coming up with a theory. The mechanism of the shocking seems to be a bit unrealistic, and it is. Bear with me, please. Thunderstorms are caused by a mixture of moisture, quickly rising hot air, and cool air, which form cumulonimbus clouds. Cumulus meaning heaped, and nimbus meaning dab. When these come together, the particles inside the cloud rub against one another, causing a separation of static charge. The negative charge accumulates at the bottom and forms a voltage difference between the cloud and the ground. When this difference is large enough, lightning is discharged. In Fortnite, the shocking of the storm could be seen as a very large distribution of charge lower to the ground than a regular thunderstorm, which would cause minor shocks to any unlucky host. But what would cause such a dramatic and widespread storm in the first place? Let's explore that venue. El Niño, part of the ENSO cycle, is a global climate shift due to the winds coming from South America to Asia weakening, which significantly reduces or stops upwelling of cold water off the west coast of South America. This in turn warms up the Pacific Ocean, causing droughts in Asia and large storms and increased rainfall in South America. This leads to puddles of water being deposited on land, which allows for breeding of mosquitoes. These mosquitoes in turn can wreak havoc, spreading disease like West Nile and malaria. Perhaps the zombies in Fortnite were caused by transmittable diseases that 98% of the population was susceptible to. It could be. The effects of the storm were sudden and global, so it's likely to assume that not only South America was affected, but also other places. This could be due to increasing oscillation between El Niño and La Niña rapidly, or just due to global climate change. Chlorofluorocarbons, or CFCs, are a type of chemical that have caused the large ozone layer destruction on the Earth. In Fortnite, we can see that there are large amounts of refrigerators that seem to be older, and it would not be unreasonable to assume that they are cooled by CFCs like Freon. Once emitted into the atmosphere, they break down into a similar component along with a free chlorine. This free chlorine atom rips apart the ozone in the atmosphere and can continue to do so for 100 years. Maybe the storm is representative of the hole in the ozone layer of contemporary Earth, but exacerbated to such an issue that it spans almost the entire portion of the Earth. It's difficult to say. Along with the old-time refrigerators, there are also old-time cars and old-time gasoline pumps. From various gas stations along the map, the pumps do say unleaded. I have trouble believing this due to the sheer number of old-time cars there are strewn across the map. The place where Fortnite takes place obviously hasn't had its infrastructure upgraded in a long time. It seems almost isolated from the rest of the world. Maybe that's why the survivors of the storm seem to have congregated over here, as a last resort destination to save themselves from the omnipresent storm. The old-time cars also suggest that the emissions coming from the island are likely loosely regulated, if regulated at all. So, in summary, the CFCs that have the free chlorines, they degrade the ozone layer. When that ozone layer is degraded, UV radiation comes in. It looks like you're getting shocked. Maybe that's just a representation of the fact that the sun is completely burning your skin and you're dying and you're gonna get cancer and it's just bad. Also, the thunderstorms, high voltage areas caused by, global climate change, anthropogenic climate change, that's also a serious issue. Obviously, Fortnite, their map, their issues, they need to get their stuff together. And then you have the leaded gasoline. It's making people go crazy. That's why they're shooting each other. Like, I don't get why can't we just have peace? Why can't we just boogie? Why can't we just boogie down? Orange justice, everyone. No. Okay, I guess we gotta snap like Thanos. We gotta snap. All right. Understandable. But then the El Nino and the La Nina and the Enso cycle. At this point, it's not even a cycle. It's just something that happens, right? And then these puddles happen, and then mosquitoes. All right, mosquitoes, disease, zombies. It all comes together. All right, people, and that's it. That's why. This is what's causing the illness. This is what's causing the sickness. This realization is very sick. The people are very sick. But I think the sickest thing about this whole ordeal is the fact that I have mad Fortnite plays, boy!
Too many times.
Wait, hold on, Rift. Tear in the fabric of reality, suspected to have been caused by the storm. What kind of storm is this? Is this even realistic? Fortnite, what are you doing? I don't get it. Did I just do all this research for nothing? Did I...